Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Tokyo for the first standalone visit to Japan in 7 years. PM Modi is on a 2-day visit to attend the 15th India-Japan Annual Summit. Calling the visit an opportunity to advance India's national interests, PM Modi said that it would also strengthen regional as well as global peace and security. Now listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say.
मेट्रो से लेकर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तक, सेमीकंडक्टर से लेकर स्टार्टअप्स तक, हर क्षेत्र में हमारी साझेदारी आपसी विश्वास का प्रतीक बनी है। हम साथ मिलकर वही मैजिक बैटरीज, रोबोटिक्स, सेमीकंडक्टर, शिप बिल्डिंग और न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी में भी दोहरा सकते हैं। दूसरा है टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन। जापान टेक पावर हाउस है और भारत एक टैलेंट पावर हाउस है। जापान की टेक्नोलॉजी और भारत का टैलेंट मिलकर इस सदी के टेक रिवॉल्यूशन का नेतृत्व कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट जेन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। पिछले एक दशक में भारत ने नेक्स्ट जनरेशन मोबिलिटी और लॉजिस्टिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में अभूतपूर्व प्रगति की है। जापान के सहयोग से मुंबई और अहमदाबाद हाई स्पीड रेल पर काम चल रहा है, लेकिन हमारी यात्रा यहीं नहीं रुकती। Japan's excellence and India's scale can create a perfect partnership. आज भारत में पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी है, इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी है, पॉलिसी में पारदर्शिता है, प्रिडिक्टिबिलिटी है। आज भारत विश्व की सबसे तेज ग्रो करने वाली मेजर इकोनॉमी है और बहुत जल्द विश्व की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी इकोनॉमी बनने जा रहा है। वैश्विक ग्रोथ में भारत 18% योगदान दे रहा है। भारत की कैपिटल मार्केट्स में अच्छे रिटर्न्स मिल रहे हैं। साथियों, इस बदलाव के पीछे हमारी रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म और ट्रांसफॉर्म की अप्रोच है। इन इंडिया, कैपिटल डज नॉट जस्ट ग्रो, इट मल्टीप्लाइज। भारत के क्रेडिट रेटिंग अपग्रेड किए हैं। द वर्ल्ड इज नॉट जस्ट वॉचिंग इंडिया, इट इज काउंटिंग ऑन इंडिया।
While switching tracks to other stories, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to hold a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Sunday, as he makes his first visit to the country in 7 years for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Leaders Summit in Tianjin. Well, tracking more on this story, China and India should jointly safeguard peace and tranquility in their border areas after recent positive and constructive round of border talks between them. During a 10-point consensus which was reached, the Chinese military has said this on Thursday. Now, this comes on the heels of India and China that agreed last week to resume direct flights and step up trade and investment flows as the neighbors rebuild ties damaged by a 2020 border clash. Now, 10 months after both countries expelled each other's envoys, India and Canada have returned to normal diplomatic relations as they announced the appointment of their high commissioners to Ottawa and New Delhi, respectively. The Ministry of External Affairs said that senior diplomat Dinesh K. Patnaik has been appointed as India's next High Commissioner to Canada, while Canada's Foreign Minister Anita Anand announced that Christopher Cooter will be the country's new High Commissioner to India. We're tracking more stories for you. Trump's top aides, US Senator Lindsey Graham and White House advisor Peter Navarro have renewed their jibes on India. Well, in his latest attack on India, US Senator Lindsey Graham has said that he's issued a warning to countries purchasing Russian oil and has directly named India and has said that these countries would face consequences for what he called a support to Moscow's war machine. Now, well, apart from this, White House advisor Peter Navarro upped the ante and called India Kremlin's laundromat. Moving on to other stories, the UK, France and Germany have begun the process of restoring major UN sanctions on Iran, lifted under a 2015 deal as tensions once again escalate over Tehran's nuclear program. The move will trigger a so-called snapback mechanism, which could result in a return of sanctions in 30 days. Now, in a letter to the European Union's policy chief, Iran's foreign minister said that the three countries had, quote-unquote, no legal jurisdiction to reactivate the sanctions and that both Russia and China supported Iran's position. The minister wrote that Iran was ready to resume what he called fair and balanced negotiations on the disputed program if the other parties showed seriousness and goodwill. Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom called out crime rates in GOP-led states, holding up posters comparing their murder rates to California as he denounced the U.S. president's efforts as he described to militarize U.S. cities. Listen in.
But I should note, just on that, if he is to invest in crime suppression, I hope the President of the United States would look at the facts. Just consider Speaker Johnson's state and district. Just look at the murder rate. That's nearly 4 times higher than California's. In Louisiana, this Speaker Johnson, 4x higher. I'm just offering, again, you've not seen this on Fox News, so President may not be familiar with these facts. So I want to present some facts to the President of the United States, and imagine this is alarming to the President to learn these facts, particularly Speaker Johnson, who's been such a strong partner and ally in these efforts. So the carnage in Louisiana is well defined. Of course, Mississippi leads the nation as the #1 murder state in America. Imagine this in particular may resonate with the President of the United States. It's got a murder rate, it's 180%. 180% higher than Los Angeles. It's interesting. LA has more people. These are all per capita numbers. More people than Los Angeles. Perhaps the president could deploy the National Guard in every corner of Mississippi. It's the murder rate's out of control there. Carnage.
While shifting tracks to other stories, Ambassador Samuel Monacada, the permanent representative of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, denounced the United States military's move to send ships into South American waters in a press conference on Thursday at the United Nations. Take a look at what he had to say.
Although we take these threats very seriously, we are informing all members of the Security Council about this grave and serious situation, but we are just waiting for new developments. It's it's an escalation, just announcing 8 warships with capacity to bomb Venezuela in any part of Venezuela, and now they are saying that they are sending a nuclear submarine. That this submarine is a new, it's ridiculous to think that they are fighting drug trafficking with nuclear submarines.
While shifting tracks to other stories, amid growing concerns over US President Donald Trump's health, his deputy J.D. Vance believes that he is ready to take charge as America's commander-in-chief in case, quote-unquote, any terrible tragedy, takes place. The vice president, however, reassured that Trump is in good shape to complete his 4-year term, meanwhile in the White House. Shifting tracks to other stories, South Korea's former First Lady Kim Kyon-hee and former Prime Minister Han Duck-soo were indicted Friday in special investigations that followed the ousting of former president for imposing martial law. Now, the wife of jailed ex-president Yoon Suk-yeol was charged with violating financial market and political funding laws and receiving bribes about 2 weeks after a court ordered her arrest. Now, Han was charged with abetting Yoon's imposition of the martial law, which investigators say amount to a rebellion, also falsifying and destroying official documents and lying under oath. Now, 3 special prosecutor investigations were launched under the government of Liberal President Lee Jae-myung that targeted Yoon's presidency and the actions taken to impose martial law last December. Shifting tracks to other stories, the wonders of the universe played out against a magical backdrop in Syria this week. A time-lapse from the ruins of the ancient city of Palmyra showed a Milky Way dancing its way across a star-studded sky. Well, with that, we're slipping into a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. This is Reet, Kaur, Sahni. You're watching NDTV, tracking news from the world of business and tech. Microsoft has fired 4 employees who participated in protests on company premises against the firm's ties to Israel as it wages war in Gaza, including 2 who took part in a sit-in this week at the office of the company's president. Now, Anne Hattel and Ricky Fameli received voicemails informing them that they were fired. The protest group No Azor for Apartheid said in a statement on Wednesday. Shifting tracks to other stories, billionaire Elon Musk filed a motion on Thursday to dismiss the US Securities and Exchange Commission's civil lawsuit that accused him of waiting too long in 2022 to reveal his large stake in social media platforms, Twitter, later renamed as X. Now, in a complaint filed in Washington, D.C. federal court in January, the SEC said that Musk violated federal security law by waiting 11 days too long to disclose his initial purchase of 5% of Twitter's common shares. It sought to force Musk to pay a civil fine and give up profits that the SEC said were a result of the violations. While shifting focus to other stories, the Moscow Fashion Week kicked off on Thursday with a catwalk by the Kremlin walls. Models wearing clothes made by Russian designer Alexander Archinov walked at the soaring bridge next to Kremlin. More than 200 brands are represented at the Moscow Fashion Week. The show also featured 10 foreign designers, including Armenian brand Loom Weaving and Nicaraguan designer Jose Mendoza. Shifting tracks to other news, the 82nd Venice Film Festival is in full swing. The 11-day-long gala in northeastern Italy will be screening multiple movies and see some of the most viral red carpet moments. My colleague Mayank brings us more on this.
In spirit of freedom and dialogue, through the medium of films, the 82nd edition of Venice Film Festival has kicked off. And of course, the star-studded affair sees plethora of fabulous fashion moments. Celebrities like Cate Blanchett, George and Amal Clooney, Emma Stone and many more arrive on the red carpet in their motorboats, donning their fabulous selves and making stunning style statements. Of course, who can forget Lady Gaga in the pink feather Valentino gown in 2018 or Zendaya's wet Balmain look in 2021. This year, actor Cate Blanchett turned heads in a black Armani look with a plunging neckline, studded with what looked like shiny black stones. The Clooneys kept it relaxed and chic as they arrived at the festival. Amal in season's top color trend, butter yellow, custom Balmain dress, and George keeping it cool in a black t-shirt, white pants and a pair of suede loafers. The always edgy Tilda Swinton in a crisp white shirt with a sharp black voluminous Chanel skirt. Supermodel Heidi Klum with daughter Lenny Klum slayed in a matching sleek intimacy look. Actor Julia Roberts was spotted wearing a cardigan with prints of filmmaker Luca Guadagnino's face and swinging a Celine bag. The festival has started off and will go on till 6th of September, serving us looks that we won't forget easily. Mayank Chaudhary for NDTV.
With that, we're slipping into a very short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching NDTV.